Falana threatens lawsuit as army detains 3 in Borno camp. My dear, army has detained 3 already in Borno camp, and Falana is telling them we will have to, go to court. Falana is a well-known human rights, is a son, but at the same time, a human rights activist. Okay, he speaks for the voiceless, and to a large extent, we really appreciate the position of Falana because Nigerian army, the government of today, there is no recourse to human life protection, sincerity, law and order. So much so that the former president of America had to identify and say, what's going on here? Is there no recourse to, law and order? Don't they follow court order? There is the reason for the judiciary so that nobody takes out power to themselves. Power itself is very intoxicating. Just imagine me say, you don't understand me be the man for this house. I am the head of this house. I am your this, I am your that. They are trying to make a point, but there is just a thin line where it tips off, and then you see people going off the board and begin to do things that are not right. Okay, because they feel that they have this power, and you have not augured it, you've not listened to it, you've not done what you should do, and it's sad, my people. Let's get all the details. Falana threatens lawsuit as army detains 3 in Benin camp. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana has threatened to take legal actions against the Nigerian army over what he described as the illegal detention of 3 Lagosians at the Benin camp in Lagos State. In a statement on Tuesday, Falana, who is the interim chair of the Alliance of Surviving COVID and Beyond, said the 3 detainees, Maxwell Odunayo, Obafemi Philip, and Solomon Ogutade were detained after they were arrested on the order of a senior military officer over a breach of contract. The statement was titled Release Obafemi Philip and Odunayo Solomon from their illegal custody at the Borno camp. It reads, we have confirmed that that these 3 set of young men, individuals, were arrested in Lagos on November the 29th, 2021 by a team of well-known armed soldiers from the Borno camp, Lagos. They were taken to the Borno camp where they had since been detained in a military detention facility for committing no just offense. The 3 gentlemen were alleged to have been detained on the order of a senior military officer over a breach of contract, a civil wrong. All requests for the release of the detainee from illegal military custody has been ignored without any legal justification. Since the authorities of the Nigerian army have no power whatsoever to arrest and detain citizens who are not subject to service law, we are compelled to request the Chief of Army Staff to ensure the immediate unconditional release of these 3 individuals. However, if the military authorities refuse to accord to our request, we shall not hesitate to instigate an action at the Federal High Court for the enforcement of the fundamental human right of the detained persons and their liberty. We shall go to the court to award damage for the favor and order of the trial of the military officers involved in the crime act of inflicting mental, physical, and psychological torture on them. So this is what happened in Nigeria. And guess what? They get away with it. You didn't hear me. They get away with it. No questions asked. This is what goes on in Nigeria. Army go sit down, say, if you don't like your face, you not do this, you not do that, then they will come against you. Okay? Then they will come against you. This is what goes on. This is what goes on, my people. This is what goes on. And it's sad, but guess what is happening? It's very sad, but it's happening. My people, you can't begin to imagine things that are going on in this country. Fear of God will catch you. Oh, you will not believe it. Things that are happening in this country, fear of God will catch you. Wickedness, because you feel you are in some position, you feel that you are in some position, and that gives you the audacity to go ahead and begin to treat the other person less of a human being. If you've been following us, you will hear me say it again and again. You will hear us say from Apple and Media that Nigerians, we are even more wicked to ourselves than the slave traders. You heard me. Those people were even, they were bad, but I think, permit me to use this word, there's no such word. We are baddest to our own very self. To our own very self. You need to see a young man makes a mistake on the road. You need to see how the army will beat. I tell you a story of what happened in the north some time ago. A little boy, 12 years old, was coming back from school, and at his usual practice, himself and his friends will begin to pluck mango. You know what we call pluck mango? They begin to try to get some mango from a tree. And guess what? This tree is in a military compound surrounded. And so this military man, wickedness at the peak, caught this young boy, his friends ran, whipped him till death. We reported it to you. Do you know nothing has been done? Just for you to know, nothing has been done, in case you are wondering. A boy of 12 years old, he's not even a teenager. That's manslaughter. You see, when things begin to happen to some people, okay, we're not saying they should visit the sins of the father on the children, but just putting it out there. When things begin to happen to some people, to some families, some people will say, I don't know where this came from, or who did I offend? Please go and check your history. Did you have somebody that is so wicked in your family that, did other people, to the extent that it's terrible? Look at them, governors, senators. Do you know that if you know the right thing to do and you don't do it, do you know to you already is a sin? It is wrong. That you see that child and the mother struggling. You see them every day pass by your house. You have more than enough. You cooked a pot of rice that if you do, you will not be able to eat it again. And the truth of it is that you will throw it away by the next day. That woman, if you give it to her, is their gold. They will eat it with all. You see that child. Why not us have a heart of compassion for somebody else? And guess what? If you truly have that heart of compassion, it flows out. It doesn't have to be a child, a widow, to somebody. You think because that person is a man, he does not need help, or is a woman, he does not need help. Everybody needs help somewhere, somehow. And you will truly be a blessing and a help when you stretch out your hand. Let's stop being callous to ourselves. Leave us a comment. God bless. Bye for now.